we all get attracted to the Dharma is because it's a very sound reasons. And this sound reasons are really what calls us to really value the Dharma and take the Dharma as a second jewel and a refuge. The integration is another thing. Integration has to have not just understanding the Dharma intellectually or appreciate the Dharma in that way, what you understand, how sound it is, how really it makes a tremendous sense. Doesn't have anything to do with your habits. And when we speak about habits, we're not speaking about one habit. We're speaking about thousands of habits inside of us. Thousands of ways that we have been living in a mundane way. If even nothing seems to be happening, you're living a life of quite maybe perhaps a boring, where there's not really much of anything happening. A life of Groundhog's Day. Still, there's a lot of habits in every day, in every hour of that day, that one is actually reinforcing, changing. One habit to another habit. Externally, of course, that's how it may be, and more internally, how you look at yourself, how you are thinking, how you view the world, how you view the others, and others meaning your relation with each and everyone, how they are in favor of you, in support of you. Are they friendly towards yourself, or are they somewhat suspicious? Are they to be concerned? Are they to be a little bit of a threat to you? How they are going to sort of like, in this interaction, how it ever seems to go smooth, how is it going to be the next time? All of those internal, as we are full of thoughts are full of projections, and projections come based on some kind of a habituation. So we are byproduct of our habituated thoughts and emotions, especially in reference to the self. However, we manifest in this way so many different thousands of ways, but particularly how we hold ourselves above all others, most dear, most important, most thing to kind of like cling to, as if holding on to ourselves as the most dear and important, and the greatest thing that we have is our own not the wisdom, but the sheer sort of sense of attachment that we have towards ourselves. That's, it's kind of almost ironic. I always say that. It's almost ironic. Once I've told this story before, but I wouldn't mind to tell this story again. I was driving to Dzogchen Bera, and on the way to Dzogchen Bera, there's a mussel farm. In the mussel farm, there's all the strings going down. And then, usually in other fish farms, you see a boundary of a net or some kind of a boundary where the fish are fed and contained as well. But in the mussel farm, seems to be a boundary and containing them in the ocean, in this particular ocean. So I asked, is there no boundary? And they said, no, there's no boundary. So then I asked, could the clams or mussels could just let go of this string that they are holding on to and then float away and get to another place where it's safe. If they are hanging on to a rock or cliff or something else, they wouldn't be harvested as they mature and then boiled and be eaten. So they said no, it never occurs to them to let it go. So this sense of holding on to ourselves so dearly, with so much of a vigor to make that as the most priority, what we call it Dak Jinzing, is a similar, It is never in any mind of the sentient, it really occurs that you could let go. It's not like it's impossible to let go. But it doesn't occur. And then also, holding on to it, event after event, emotion after emotion, each moment of our grasping and fixation, mental activity that takes place, reinforces that, and then it gets further and further difficult to break that habit and do. Feel any kind of sense of freedom from that. Only when the three wisdoms of the Dharma occurs in one's mind, the hearing wisdom of the Dharma, the contemplative wisdom of the Dharma, and then particularly meditative wisdom of the Dharma occurs in one's mind, then you could actually get the first time that sense of, bulb going in your mind, that is maybe a choice, that there is a choice that one can actually do that.